Imagine waking up, grabbing your coffee, and seeing the entire global operation of your business: sales in London, marketing campaigns in Sydney, inventory in Toronto, and cash flow across all of it, all in one clear, beautiful place. Just one screen. No dozens of tabs, no frantic international calls, no confusing spreadsheets. Sound like a dream? For most entrepreneurs, running a business in multiple countries means multiplying the chaos. But what if I told you the secret to global scale isn't multiplying your workload, but dividing it through elegant centralization? Today, on the Rise Blueprint, we're unlocking the exact strategy and technology you need to run a multi-country business from one single, powerful dashboard. This is the ultimate blueprint for freedom, scale, and operational peace. If you're ready to stop hopping continents and start dominating them, stick around. I remember when I first expanded the Rise Blueprint services outside of my home country. I thought expansion meant success, but it quickly led to a massive operational migraine. We were doing everything manually. We had 3 different accounting systems for 3 different currencies. Our marketing team in Europe wasn't seeing the leads generated by the sales team in Asia. It was like managing an orchestra where all the musicians were wearing different headphones and following different conductors. I was working 18 hours a day, constantly hopping between systems, trying to reconcile mismatched data, and living in a permanent state of jet lag, even when I was home. My business health, and my own personal health, was deteriorating. Then, I had a turning point. I realized my problem wasn't the countries, it was the scattered infrastructure. We were trying to scale globally with a local, segmented mindset. We made a decision to consolidate everything onto a single, integrated platform. We didn't change our local teams or our market strategy, but we merged all our operations into one centralized hub. Suddenly, the London team could see the real-time effect of their work in Sydney. We could see profit margins across all regions instantly. The chaos vanished, replaced by clarity. My business felt like it had taken a deep, stabilizing breath. This wasn't just about saving time, it was about protecting the core vitality of the business by giving it a single, healthy nervous system. Companies with highly integrated, centralized digital infrastructure report up to 30% better operational efficiency than competitors who rely on fragmented, country-specific systems. Centralization equals optimization. Let's bust some common myths about scaling internationally. Myth number 1: you need separate software stacks for separate countries. Truth: false. The most efficient global businesses use a single, cloud-based enterprise resource planning, ERP, or specialized all-in-one software that can handle multiple currencies, languages, and tax laws from one backend. Myth number 2: expansion means giving up control to local managers. Truth: strategic centralization increases control. The dashboard gives headquarters instant visibility into local performance, making local managers more accountable while simultaneously empowering them with clear, global data. Myth number 3: everything needs to be translated simultaneously. Truth: not initially. Focus on centralizing operations and finance first. Localization, translation, culture-specific marketing is an outward-facing task, but your core operational dashboard should always run in one consistent, central language to prevent internal errors. A study by McKinsey found that companies leveraging single-instance ERP systems across multiple countries experienced faster time to market and significantly reduced compliance risks due to standardized data flow. Beyond efficiency, a single centralized system is your best defense against global compliance risk. Imagine trying to track ever-changing tax laws, labor standards, and data privacy regulations across 7 different software platforms. It's an impossibility. Centralization means you can apply global policy updates, whether it's an accounting standard like IFRS or a privacy law like GDPR, to a single codebase, dramatically reducing the chance of an expensive, business-crippling oversight. It's less about knowing every law, and more about having a system that automatically enforces the core policy. This consolidation has a profound impact on your global supply chain. When every country's inventory is managed in a siloed warehouse management system, you inevitably end up with stockouts in Paris and overstock in Tokyo. A centralized platform provides real-time, global visibility, allowing you to automatically reallocate inventory, optimize regional sourcing contracts, and forecast demand with cross-market intelligence. This moves your supply chain from a series of local transactions to a single, optimized global flow. Think also about cash flow and financial visibility. Segmented systems force your finance team to spend weeks on manual consolidation at the end of every quarter, dealing with different currency conversions and reporting formats. A centralized ERP delivers consolidated financial statements at the push of a button, providing an instant, accurate picture of global cash flow, currency exposure, and regional profitability. When you can see your capital in motion, you can deploy it strategically, not reactively. The most powerful, yet often overlooked, benefit of this approach is in talent and knowledge transfer. When all your regional managers operate on the same system, their processes, workflows, and best practices become embedded in the technology itself. A sales manager in Berlin can instantly learn from the highest converting pipeline established by a manager in Singapore simply by replicating the standardized workflow in the central system. It turns your software into a continuous, global training resource. However, be warned, true centralization is not just about buying one piece of software, it's about enforcing a data governance mindset. Garbage data entered in one country pollutes the dashboard for every other country. Before implementation, you must establish a clear global standard for what constitutes clean data, from customer names to product codes to revenue recognition. The system is only as good as the standardized quality you feed it. Finally, this strategy dramatically enhances your merger and acquisition (M&A) capability. For global businesses, growth often comes through buying local competitors. When your core operational system is centralized and standardized, integrating a new acquisition becomes a technical integration task, not an archaeological excavation of their 20-year-old local software stack. This dramatically reduces integration costs and speeds up the time it takes for a new company to contribute to global profit. So, how do you build this magical single dashboard? Here are 3 practical steps you can implement. Select your central nervous system, your software, identify one single, robust platform, like NetSuite, high-tier HubSpot, or a specialized multi-country CRM/ERP, that can natively handle multi-currency and multi-language features. This platform becomes the absolute source of truth for all data, no exceptions. Standardize your metrics, the global language. Before connecting any country, define 3 core key performance indicators, KPIs, that are measured the exact same way, everywhere. For example, use gross profit margin, customer acquisition cost, CAC, and lead to close time. This gives you an apples-to-apples comparison across regions. Implement the 80-20 rule for standardization. Aim for 80% consistency in processes, for example, all invoicing, all HR onboarding, across all regions. The remaining 20% is reserved for necessary local compliance, taxation, mandatory labor laws. Don't try for 100% uniformity, aim for maximum efficiency. Quick strategy hack, the daily global pulse check. Set up a single, 5-minute daily dashboard view dedicated only to checking the health of your global operation. This view should show 1. Today's revenue, local currency and home currency, 2. Inventory levels, critical alerts only, and 3. Customer support load. This forces you to engage with the whole business briefly but consistently, preventing major issues from festering. Now, I want to hear from you. What is the one operational task that gets 10 times harder when you operate in multiple countries? Tell me in the comments below. Let's share some solutions and see how a centralized dashboard can help. If you're ready to select your global platform, I've created the International Payroll and Compliance Checklist. It includes a checklist of the 10 non-negotiable features for multi-country software and a template for defining your 3 standardized global KPIs. It's your free blueprint to achieving operational peace. Click the link in the description to download it right now. Remember, scale doesn't have to mean stress. True expansion is about building a centralized, intelligent nervous system for your business that empowers you to run a global empire from your desk. Protect your peace, maximize your data, and simplify your systems. This is your RISE blueprint. Do more with business.